All the vaccines, however, have been found to protect against the most severe disease, hospitalization, and death. Hey everyone! Surprise! We're back today for a very special Chinese New Year episode of In Our Humble Opinion.
Ayo, what ding dong, you cannot you.
Okay, so you guys are very lucky. We didn't think we would be doing this show, but we're doing a special episode for you guys.
Because we love them so much.
Because we love you guys and because we've got interesting stuff to share. So we're going to talk about Chinese New Year, obviously, because by the time you watch this, we're going to be right smack in the middle of Chinese New Year. And we're so happy it lasts 15 full days and every different day has got a special significance. So we're going to talk today about the Chinese New Year visiting rules in the height of a pandemic. If you guys remember, it was a year ago, actually, right, Chris, when we got into DOSCON Orange.
Yes.
Just over a year.
Just over a year ago.
How the years
And
pass.
wow, the whole year, what a year it's been. It's
crazy,
we are
isn't it?
so lucky to actually be in a situation we are right now where we can actually be going to restaurants, going to gyms, having our life and celebrating Chinese New Year, but with different rules this year. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about the fact that more and more people are getting vaccinated in Singapore. The seniors are the next one rolling out to get the vaccine, which is very important. And we're going to also talk about something that a lot of people are talking about and worrying about, the new variants in the coronavirus and what that means for vaccines, all right? So you must listen to this because we've got very important information that you need to know about. And we're going to end with a really special and different way. Stay tuned and watch out. So let's get started. We're going to talk about the Chinese New Year visiting rules. Chris, why don't I hand it to you and
Yep.
you can share this us.
Okay, I'm sure many of you have already heard what these rules are. I'm just going to repeat this as part of our little service to the nation
because
to
not
keep you
everyone will
safe.
know and we want to reiterate
Yeah,
this.
we don't want to have another DOSCON situation, because
And
we want
don't
everyone...
want to go to DOSCON red.
Yeah,
As you can see, there's a lot of red.
And
Precisely. So, just to let you guys know, keep to groups of 8, which means a cap of 8 distinct visitors per day will be imposed. And this started
Not per
from January
hour.
26th. Not per hour, yeah. And on top of that, 8 people, 8 distinct, unique people. That's it, in a day. That's it. So don't get young and do some more, okay? Or
include cats.
receive people. Okay. Now, on top of that, you can only visit up to 2 households a day. Physical visits. You can only visit up to 2 households. And you're encouraged to visit just families. That's it. Not your old school teacher and all that kind of stuff, or your mistress and all that. Or your mistress come and see you, that kind
but
of thing.
that is
family.
extended family. You can't go there.
Yeah. Pun on the word extended? Okay, never mind. If you can, you're also encouraged to make sure that you work on visitations virtually if you can as well. Now, you got to keep your masks on when you're not eating or drinking. Especially when you're out, that is. Now, some people have said to me, well, it's horrible, Chris. Even at home, you got to put on a mask when you visit your families and all that. No, that's not true. It is only when you're out.
Yes, when you're out.
Okay.
And they have got very nice Chinese New Year masks, you see.
Oh, this is so sweet.
They got a lot of different designs.
Yeah.
So you can get in the
Choose from
festive
them.
spirit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, here's the next one. No shouting or cheering while tossing your yishang. So when you low your hay, is that the right way of saying
Yes.
hey, low your hay? It sounds so wrong. Okay,
Yes.
when you low hay,
Yes.
you cannot cheer, you cannot shout. Yep. So
and there are recordings that you can just play, so you don't even need to
Later
say
on, we'll
anything.
demonstrate that recording for
Yes.
you guys because we'll be having our own little low hay here.
Okay.
Okay. Now, for companies and businesses, strictly no Chinese New Year gatherings. Okay.
Yeah.
Which
so you
was-
don't have to go back and pretend you like to see your colleagues over Chinese New Year.
Yeah, and bosses can keep your money. You don't have to give out ang paos to your employees.
No, that one is different. That one you can.
Okay.
Yeah. Because ang pao is okay. It doesn't have to be disinfected. or
That's
anything.
right. I think Kenneth is giving us ang pao.
Okay.
Yes.
Really?
That was Gilbert, wasn't me.
I announced
This is
it
going on
air.
audio, okay? Yeah. Now, other prevailing rules when dining out will still apply, okay? Singing and other live performances will continue to be disallowed at F&B outlets. And no lion dancing.
Dragon dance, yeah. Unfortunately. Because we always do that at my
That's
house.
the one that I will miss.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love it, They keep passing
Every
by
year we
and
So
you
you
can
see-
hear the
To come.
chang,
Yeah.
So
chang,
you see,
chang.
the mistresses and the extended families will be so more disappointed because they won't see any dragons or lions dancing.
Yeah. Well, I am disappointed. I don't know about
Okay. Since you guys went
It's
there.
so much
You can also choose to give out your hong baos. I prefer to say ang pao, old school. You want to give out your ang baos, okay? You can do it via electronic means. So you can do your pay la, your pay now la. I wonder where the banks came up with some virtual ang pao, designs and all that, so they can just fish money in and you receive it.
I think
and
they
you-
do that.
Did it?
Yeah.
I have
It's
not
very
seen it.
creative.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, really?
You can choose designs for your e-covers.
So you can, you should give e-ang paos instead. Is this a rule? No, it's not a rule.
No, it's not a rule.
So, if you can, just do transfers. What the heck? And that's another unofficial rule. As you can see amongst the three of us here seated at this table, everything's so nice and red. Background's red, table's red. Then you've got Daisy dressed in something so Chinese. Then we have this ang pao next to me lah. So the next rule is, go out, please don't dress like an ang pao. Okay.
That's a rule? That's a
This
rule?
is the national costume.
Yeah.
Hello. My chest here says, what?
No, but that's because your chest is large, so you can say what.
Here we go.
What?
What la.
Walla. Okay, come
When I
on.
look at your
Moving
chest, I
on.
don't think what, I think what the.
What the?
What? Okay. Should we move on?
Yes, Daisy, over to you.
Yes.
What's wonderful?
Senior citizen stories, we'll leave it to you.
No, well, see,
Thank you. No,
I
and
was
I'm
going to say
fine.
this is a good thing to be what about is about the vaccines.
Yes, and it's wonderful. And I'm very, very privileged to let everybody know about the senior citizen stories because that's absolutely up my alley and we are in the right direction. 250,000 people have already been administered the vaccine. And what is good is there are very few cases of allergy. So remember, when your notification to get the vaccine does arrive, please don't wait. There's no invitation. It's a notification. You go and get that vaccine because that's going to help all of us. And all of us are going to have a wonderful year because most of us by the third quarter will be vaccinated. And the most fabulous news that we just heard is that the first SIA flight 956 to Jakarta took off this morning with a fully vaccinated crew that already had taken both doses. So guys, we're on a roll. Get those vaccinations.
Actually, it's one of three.
Senior citizens and all.
It's one of three SIA flights that took off with fully vaccinated cabin crews.
So we're really in the right direction and I feel so proud about that when I look at the other countries that are surrounding us, we know that this new year, just be safe and take care so that we don't have to worry as we move on of more community cases coming in. Just take care. But having said that, I'd like to hand over to Gilbert because there's a talk about a new vaccine strategy which needs a rethink after resistant variants have emerged, say scientists. And Gilbert will tell us about that.
Okay, so everyone is talking about this and sharing this and with great alarm about the new variants coming out and how maybe the vaccines don't work against them. And The Guardian did a very, I would say, alarmist story about how Corona's vaccine strategy needs rethink after resistant variants emerge, all right? So I think it's very important that you guys understand this and read a bit between the lines. Let me be very clear about this. First of all, when they look at the South African variant and they look at the vaccines, what they are saying is that, and I will read from this article so that you guys are very clear about this, all right? They say here that it will not protect people against mild to moderate COVID illness. What does that mean, okay? It's the same thing when you look at all of the efficacies of the vaccines. They'll say 90%, 95%. What does that mean? When they do a clinical trial, they look and say, when I give you the vaccine, do you get any symptoms at all of COVID? How many people get symptoms and how many people get no symptoms? And they find that 95% of people have no symptoms at all, but 5% get some symptoms. they got a cold, but they got over it. Or they got a fever, but they got over it. So because in a clinical trial, they are very exact. They said it's not 100% because this person still got a cold. But get this, it protects 100% so far against even the South African variant from hospitalization and serious illness. So the vaccines work.
Yes.
That's what we care about. We
Yes.
don't really care about the fact that, okay, this person got a fever, lasted
Yes.
3 days, but they got over it. The fact is, if you get vaccinated, nobody has gotten hospitalized. No one gets seriously ill. And that's what we care about because the reason is it's not a contest where we want to see how many people got infection versus how many people didn't get infection. We're looking at how many people get seriously ill because getting sick and being hospitalized is what destroys the economy. Is what makes the hospitals overwhelmed.
No,
you
and
see?
that's how death takes place.
And that's how
Unfortunately,
death takes place, you see. So the fact that the vaccines protect people from getting seriously ill, and I'll read again from the same article in The Guardian, okay, which people read the headlines and they get alarmed. This is a sentence in here. All the vaccines, however, have been found to protect against the most severe disease, hospitalization, and death.
Yes.
So basically, we're saying the vaccine works. People don't get sick enough to go to hospital. They don't die, but some get mildly sick. Some catch a cold. Some got fever. Some got body ache. This is mild. So that's why they're saying in the body of an article, getting the South African variant is more resistant and more people get mildly sick. But what we care about are the people who get seriously sick. So bottom line is this, and why is this important? And I'll be covering this in an episode of Health Zone next week, more about the vaccine and the variants, is that when people feel despair, what will happen is they will give up. They will say, I've been trying so hard. Then they start to relax their behavior, and that's the danger. If everybody gets vaccinated, the number of hospitalizations and deaths will drop dramatically, which has been shown in Israel. Israel has led the way in vaccinations.
Yeah.
You know? So that's the thing. So don't despair. It is actually good news. Don't read just the headlines and don't be alarmist. And I see many people gleefully sharing this information. We are doomed. You see, jialat. You know, no hope already. Government don't know what they're doing. The scientists talking cock. You know, please don't do that. That is just descending into this nihilism.
But you know, Gilbert, I get this feeling that people just do this, all this, you know, it's sensational,
Yes.
it's news.
Yes.
But at the end of it, I think each and everyone sense will prevail
Yes.
and they know they need to do it and it will
and
be
it
done.
works. That's the thing. So don't think about, wow, you know, only 60% efficacy.
So basically the Chinese New Year season, as we welcome in the year of the ox, I just want to say, we just want to tell you, don't be a gundu, don't be a kote, okay? Don't read every damn thing that comes into your
Don't
damn
just
phone.
read the headlines.
Okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Because I've been receiving emails too, telling, you know, with the headlines that says, don't get yourself vaccinated and all that
Yes.
kind of shit.
Those
you know?
Oh, but
anti-vaxxers.
the person who sends it, let's go and see if that person actually doesn't get
No,
vaccinated.
he probably has fleas that's infested his armpits from about 1,000 camels.
Because I think it's
You
just
feel
about.
Now, do you feel the itch?
Yeah, no, it's just about. Oh my
in
God,
my
I got
armpits.
this. Let me whack the government. Let me send something interesting. Hey, sensational.
Yeah.
You know,
There are a
spanner
lot
in the
of those
works.
kotiks out there,
And
the
those guys
anti-vaxxer.
are going to be first in line taking that vaccination. So you better go and get yours. That's
Yeah,
it.
man. Otherwise,
And,
you cannot
know,
see
it
your
really
mistress
is-
anymore.
I mean, okay, it
There-
really is good news. You know, the vaccines do
But the
work.
mistress would have taken the vaccination.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're not talking about that kind of vaccines.
Yes. What lah? Chinese New Year talking about mistress. Also on you, Gilbert. Okay.
You see, this
Should we move on to the Chinese New Year story? I'm looking for.
It's not Chinese New Year story. We're just going to school you.
So I'm waiting
I
to
think,
be schooled.
and I'm not confident in this guy here because his Mandarin is equally as bad as mine. What am I doing? I'm the one doing it now.
I'm
Yes.
Peranakan.
Well, I'd love to do it, but I think I
Okay,
might
my
be
dear
a bit
Indian friend.
uneducated in that department.
Yes, the one
yes,
who
please.
said, what was it?
I just have to
Oh.
learn.
Boo boo.
No, it's worse.
Kaosang
Oh
bubu.
God, here we go. No.
Pupu
Oh
kaosang.
gosh.
Okay, never mind. Before we get Chinese people writing to complain.
Right.
No.
Yes.
So it's all from the heart.
Okay, Daisy, here's lesson number 1.
Yes.
Because, during this period of time, people can't visit anyway. But if there's any Chinese friends you'll be calling virtually and all that, even with us, even if you're going to greet us, for example, Happy New Year.
新年快乐.
Wow!
What Kuala?
Give this man an A.
I can speak some Chinese.
But can't say it so fast.
No, it's
Say
Happy
again.
New Year. Happy New Year means 新年快乐. Try it.
新年快乐.
Well done.
But you know what I say?
Hey.
I say 恭喜发财.
Yeah, that's
Wait
fine.
lah,
too, but that
slowly
means
lah.
different.
Walao.
Oh, that's different.
That doesn't
That's
mean
so
different.
what does
Happy New Year.
so Happy New Year is 新年快乐.
Yes.
新年快乐.
Then if you want to wish some more, you want to wish someone, for example, an abundance of whatever, okay? Usually, people would say this whole phrase. It goes like this. 年年有余.
年年有余.
So here's the curious part about the word yi. It's not fish, because in Mandarin, yi also means fish. It's a different character
tone.
altogether.
Yeah, the different
So what
Yeah,
does
it's a
this
different
one
character
mean?
altogether. And fish, you see, when we have our lohei, right, we also add fish to it because it symbolizes wealth and abundance.
Salmon.
Any kind of fish.
Any kind of fish for that
Dry
matter.
fish,
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, any kind of fish for that matter. So this is a different kind of word. So you can also say 年年有余.
年年有余.
Okay, wait, not bad, is it? Huh?
No, but what does the fish mean?
Well, fish has become synonymous
With?
abundance. Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
God! And you know what?
Of
I
luck,
don't
actually.
eat fish. I'm going to start because if it's going to mean 年年有余, I'm going to start eating fish today.
And then your favorite 恭喜发财.
Yes.
Oh,
But
sorry,
you know-
sorry,
No,
just-
恭喜.
the word yi is the Chinese word for surplus, abundance.
Yes,
So it
abundance.
also sounds like the word yi, which is fish.
Fish.
年年有余.
Same sound.
Same sound.
So same sound, different character.
Different tones. Yes.
Okay, then your favorite 恭喜发财. You
But
know,
why isn't it 恭喜发财?
恭
恭
喜
See.
发
财.
财.
You know how I know that one? Because anytime you go to the shopping malls, it's 恭喜恭喜恭喜你呀,
Okay, don't do it here. I heard it too much
恭喜
already.
你.
Yes.
And when we were young, even to today, I think a lot of kids still do that. We'll say 恭喜发财, 红包拿来.
来. Yes.
So, and what does it mean? 红包拿来 means
Give me the.
give me
You
give
know-
me
you
give
know
me a
this-
红包. But in Hokkien, we'll go 昂包借来.
No, but that one I remember because that's something that my kids used to say. So I think all kids from school, they know how to say 昂包奶来. That they learn first.
And then the next one is 万事如意. It translates to 10,000 matters, which pretty much everything lah. Whatever you desire, may you get an abundance of it. You know what I mean? Your wishes all come true.
So when you say that, don't think about bad things.
Otherwise, it's going to be a lot
Don't
of
think
bad.
So
Yes.
may a lot of
Example.
good things and all the good wishes, all the wishes you
repeat-
ask for come true, basically.
Repeat it.
万事如意.
万事如意.
Oh gosh, no.
Okay.
万事如意.
万事如意.
如意.
Did you learn Mandarin?
Yes, I did, and I
okay.
flunked it all the way.
So this is important because
But you can speak, right?
You
你会
think
讲
of-
A
华语
little bit, yeah. I can sing though.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Okay.
恭喜恭喜.
Okay.
So this is the one where you think of beautiful wishes, and all those wishes are going to
Yeah, may
multiply
all your wishes
100-fold.
come true.
Yes.
And you know, since that I'm half Peranakan, because my mom is pure Peranakan, and our dear friend here is pure Peranakan, when we visit the older folks, we normally get down and squat down in front
Yes.
of them and make them sit down first.
It's called
Then-
soja.
Soja. It's called soja. And then we will clasp their hands.
Yeah.
Then we'll say to them, panjang
panjang
umur.
Badan kuat-kuat.
Badan kuat-kuat, panjang umur.
And what does
That's
that
Malay.
mean?
It's
And what
in
does that
Malay.
mean? And
I
that
mean, you have a long life.
May
and
you have a
strong
long
body.
life.
Oh,
Yes.
So it's such a these things which we say on during festivals, and it's just so feel good. Makes you
yeah.
really feel so happy about having family and,
And
coming
all
together.
these sayings that Chris was teaching you were actually came about a lot because of the Lohei, which was invented in Singapore.
Singapore.
Yes, by Malaysian
Oh.
chefs.
Yes, there were 4 of them.
But I thought
That's
they
right.
Who learnt it in Cathay Building. There was a Chinese restaurant in Cathay Building. Now, I got to hear about this through KFC when he was on my show for Kopi with Chris. And he actually revealed this to me,
Right.
because I'm kind of young, so I don't know these kind of things.
I
And
know.
thanks.
I remember the origin.
From the 5th floor restaurant, I think,
Ah.
of Cathay Building, because
Yes.
my office
so
used to
they
be
came up
there.
with this thing, and I'm old enough to remember when Lohei was first introduced to Singapore, and we were like, "What is this? What's this new trend catching on?" And of course, now it's every Chinese year we do it. But get this, right? People in China and Hong Kong and Taiwan have no idea.
Have no idea about this, yeah.
It's spreading though.
It's spread.
But,
It
It's
is
already
but
spread.
don't
yeah.
they do it? Because
No.
they call it Yang Sheng.
No, Yisheng.
Yishang
What
means
is-
raw
Yishang
fish.
is the-
That's the fish itself.
Yisheng is the dish.
The dish,
The
the dish.
Lohei is the action
the
of what we
action
do.
of the-
It's
Yeah.
just such a
Yeah, but the
wonderful
wonderful thing is that
action.
it's a Singapore invention.
It's a Singapore
And
invention.
we are
Although
so
we have to
proud
give
of
credit
it.
to Malaysia because it was for Malaysian chefs.
Oh,
That's-
come on.
no,
It was
and that's
still
okay.
created
That's-
on our shores,
and
man.
that's okay
That's okay.
because as long as we can do it together and it brings that happiness
I
and
did say,
abundance.
interestingly,
that's it.
I did say to KFC that this is something Singapore should also attempt for UNESCO Heritage Award. Because
Interesting.
it's so
Especially if it's going
So
unique
international.
to us.
No,
because
and-
I remember in the earlier years, like, when my friends from China saw this, they had no idea what we were
Yeah.
doing. And I said, don't you do this in China? And I realized they did not.
Yeah.
But it is spreading right now. So I think people are doing it. So
Yeah.
hopefully,
And the one from Cathay, frankly, is different from the ones we're used to today because my dad, Cathay organization was one of his clients, and he used to bring back that that yishang from that restaurant by these 4
Correct.
chefs.
Oh,
and it was different.
It was different. It was different. It was different.
And he brought that, and then you did the
the
Lohei.
fish is different.
It's
the fish
evolved
is
a
different.
lot,
It's evolved a whole lot.
That's
From the health
wonderful.
perspective, don't ladle on all of that syrup so much. Add more lime
Killjoy.
after syrup. It will be even more tasty. I tell you, add
Killjoy.
more lime juice
Okay.
to it.
No.
Now, what
no.
are we-
Orange.
Orange is okay.
Orange juice.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's
Yeah.
wonderful because anyway, we've got the oranges to give each
Yeah, you just
person
squeeze out the orange
2
juice and just-
oranges, right?
Yes.
Pour it over.
So we've got the
No, the
oranges.
2 oranges you give to the people, you don't squeeze it yourself.
No, I know. But because we've got that at home, it's very nice. Okay,
yeah.
can you tell me about that? Why do we give those 2 oranges?
Because they represent gold.
No, especially for those ladies.
But then why
And-
2?
No. Well, I mean, you don't
you-
want to give one,
If you give it 2 oranges to a
give
guy, it
more.
means you're telling him that we hope that as you get, as
I see,
the
I know
year
where this
goes
is going
by,
already.
you're gonna grow. You're just gonna get bigger, and it's
No,
gonna be
okay.
functional.
This
you
is
get
the
to 2
rule, okay?
ladies, is that if you have no budget to go for a boob job, and
Cut
here
my-
you
cut
go.
my-
This is just okay.
No, so
No,
when you
please.
give those tiny little Mandarin
You don't give those. You bring the normal size.
The normal
What do you
size.
want me to
Mandarin
say,
oranges.
man? I
No,
mean-
but this is something which is very important. You must bring it to their house, right, when you visit. Of course, this year maybe not so many visits, but still bring it. And they will give you 2 to bring back. You cannot leave empty-handed. Oh. Yeah, because this is very important. What's he laughing about?
No, he's thinking of some. You
Yeah,
better not
something
think those
salacious.
thoughts when you say Wang Si
I'm
Yun,
not going to say
because
anymore.
it's
I'm
going
going to
to
get a lot of people
multiply.
commenting and
Chris,
trolling me about
those
this.
No, but
thoughts are going to
so-
multiply
So you
in
need
your
to.
mind.
So you need to make sure you bring back 2
There
oranges
you go.
as well.
Yeah, who's going to give up your oranges and not take anything back?
Yes. Okay.
All right. So are we going to do Lohei then?
Wait, where's the fish, man?
That is the thing that we are planning to end this special Chinese
We're
New Year
waiting
show
for the
on.
fish.
But can I
Yeah.
say something as a greeting, as a
Sure.
New Year greeting? Because
Which one? You're going to use the usual one. You're not going to try the new ones, right?
You have a
no.
quote.
This is I have a wonderful quote, and
What is
it's by
Omakaya?
Omakaya.
Confucius.
Chinese New Year.
Confucius, because
Confucius.
it's
Okay.
Chinese New Year, and
Okay.
I think it's our greatest glory is not in never falling. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in getting up every time we do. So
That was
Happy New Year.
Confucius, huh?
Yeah. So
Okay.
not confused, like you might be, but Confucius.
Okay.
Okay. So
Right.
now we're going to
Okay.
wait for the Lohei.
And we'll be right back.
And we'll be right back.
And we are back, and we are going to be doing the first on-air Lohei
Yes.
for us.
Yeah.
Just a word of caution, we're not quite sure what we're doing, so we're going to wing it, and we'll try. Okay? So,
First one's the raw fish.
keep in mind, while observing the rules, wearing a mask, while we're doing this. We're not going to shout out anything. We're going to use the app to help us. Okay, you look like you're that deranged old
Hurry
woman
up, I'm
again.
hungry.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, the fish first.
Yes.
年年有余。
Okay. And then you eat. All right.
And pomelo.
Pomelo.
大吉大利，大吉大利，大吉大利。
Okay.
And then now you have the spices. The two,
Oh,
the two packets.
spices. Okay.
招财进宝，招财进宝，财进宝。
Okay.
And the next one would be ground peanuts.
Ground peanuts. Yay.
金银满屋，金银满屋，金银满屋，金银满屋。
You sound like DJ. What is it?
And sesame seeds.
Okay.
生意兴隆，生意兴隆，生意兴隆。
And then now we have the crackers.
遍地黄金，遍地黄金。
Hang on. And this one would be, wait, okay, my Chinese very bad. Okay, the plum sauce.
Plum sauce.
Yes, that's it.
甜甜蜜蜜，甜甜蜜，甜甜蜜，
sweet, sweet.
甜甜蜜，甜甜蜜。
Okay, so now this is where we go.
Yes.
One,
Okay.
two,
Two,
three.
three. Ta-da!
荷叶进宝。
As well. Hey, jump over my hand. You gotta toss it.
We go
You
together.
gotta go higher. Okay.
Let me join together.
Higher. Softly we go. Okay. Right, guys.
金身体，步步高升，龙马精神，快乐财进宝。
Okay.
龙马精神，财进宝，新年快乐。
The I've gone nuts.
Okay. Cut that. Silence it. That's it. Thank you very much for joining us. 新年快乐.
新年快乐，步步高升。
We'll see you next week. Have a great New Year celebration.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.